thanks for joining us on another edition of the show, Q Sports on Ascent Television. You know how we do it. Every time we come at you, we bring the best of Q Sports news, gist, as well as some of where the action is. That's what we do. And don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel by liking it. You go to that particular bell symbol, click on it, and when you look for us, search for Ascent Television, YouTube, and don't forget, remember this, to subscribe to our channel. Okay? We need more of you so that you can enjoy the best of production when it drops. There will be notification for you. Thank you very much once again, and so many things we'll be looking at today on the show. But first, I will introduce my analyst, co-anchor on the show today. Yeah, he's always here with me, keeping me company and supplying all the gist that is required. Joe, thanks for joining me again.
Yeah, Jide, it's nice being with you. Beautiful week. Quite a lot of things have happened during the week, and it's good to come here at the end of every week to come and talk about what went down during the week.
Joe, like I said, you said a lot of things have gone down during the week, and talking about the Whirlpool Masters, which we will look at. Maybe when we get there, but for now, let's just go on a break for the news around, and when we come back, we'll start the program. Welcome back. Yes, this is where we come down to the cookies, yeah? And let's look at the World Pool Masters. The World Pool Masters has thrown up, we've had how many pool events? The World Cup of Pool is played in pairs. And before that, we've had another event, I can't remember.
Championship League.
Exactly, and the funny thing about this, it's thrown up different set of faces, names, and events, and that is, I ask myself that, can't we just get someone who coming through the season and win everything at the goal like that, and you just see, it's pretty difficult, but it's possible, don't you think so?
It's not possible with what we are seeing. It's really, really not possible. For me, it's nice to say pool is back, and not just pool is back. It's back in a big way. It's right there in our face. It's now on television. We can, especially for us here in Africa, it's nice that Matchroom is doing such great events that is right there on our screen on a weekly basis. The World Cup of Pool this year. Despite the pandemic, we have seen, I think, 2 or 3 major events. We have seen Champions League Pool. We have seen the World Cup of Pool. Now we have seen the World Pool Masters. The next thing we are going to see the World Championship. It's coming up.
Yeah, the World Cup, the World Pool Championship.
Snooker has also not been left out. So exactly. It's been great for me, week in, week out. It's been great for me. Seeing some of these top pool players, we see in magazines, we read about them online, we see them, we read about them, or we watch their clips on social media. It's nice watching them showcase their skill. And sincerely, some of them have skill.
Joe, maybe I should ask you that, have you, the high point for me, even though I didn't have time to really follow, but coincidentally, the one I followed, the high point for me was, it was a blowout, the final. Looking at Alex Kazakis against Shan, and 9-0 in a final. Will I pay to watch that?
The result does not actually reflect the mood and the tempo of the event. Remember that Alex Kazakis is not a small fry.
Definitely.
When it comes to professional 9-ball pool. He's a big boy. He was the first runner-up in the same World Pool Masters for 2019. He lost to Akada. Unfortunately, I think this time he was not willing to make any mistake. In the semi-final against world number 1, that's Eklan Kasi, you could see he struggled in that match as far as I was concerned. He really, really struggled in that match, and Father Luck was on his side. Okay. That he won that particular event at the end of the day, 7-6. It points to one fact, especially when it comes to pool or professional pool or pool at that level, that you get punished for your mistakes. And that was what happened to Eklan Kasi. He got punished for his mistakes. And for me, I felt it was pretty painful because a lot of us were rooting for him. To be world number 1 is not easy. And we expected that he would have his day, but Father Luck was not with him. And when we got to the finals, and even the semi-finals between Joshua Philett and Sean Van Boeing, that's the American, we also thought it was going to be a blowout. That Sean would take Joshua Philett, the German. Remember, he played
the World Cup of Pool, where they won, where Germany won it.
And Germany won. So we expected that there would be some form of fight. But we could see that 9-ball pool at that level, you get punished heavily when you make mistakes. And Joshua was always waiting for Sean to make mistakes. And with that, he was able to always patch on those mistakes. And at the end of the day, the game ended 7-6. When he now got to the finals, Kazakis was not willing to make any mistake. And so he actually made Sean a spectator. And that was why you saw that kind of result, 9-0. But another thing, the event really proved to us that the top pool players, or the top professional pool players, are tactically very sound. They are very, very, very.
That's why
sound.
you keep changing. It's so competitive because no one can dominate a season.
Yes, no one.
No one can dominate a calendar year. You win some, you lose some. That is how it shows that it's highly competitive.
So like you said, you cannot bet on it that any individual will win throughout the tour, especially when it comes to 9-ball pool and in the top rank. You cannot bet on it that any professional pool player will win 2 or 3 events throughout the season. I can assure you, the way these players are playing, I think one thing that I think is playing out is many of them have missed the tour. They've missed the road. They've missed all this tournament because of the pandemic. So they are very, 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 very hungry to play. And they're out there showing us and proving their mantle and giving us a lot of entertainment.
Wow. That's massive, and we want to wish Alex Kazakis, the winner of the World Pool Masters. We want to say congratulations, wish him all the best, and we want him to savor this moment. Yeah, you savor this moment because it doesn't come regularly. It doesn't come. It
doesn't come.
It's easy
because the next one that is in front of us is the World
Pool Championship. That's another one.
And Kazakis, everybody's eyes on Kazakis.
Definitely, people.
Everybody's eyes. He
will be the team. He will be the player to beat. Definitely.
Not only is he the player to beat, someone like Ekland will not, except Father Luck is against Ekland will not make some of those mistakes. He will even give his opponent an opportunity to pounce on his mistakes. He might end up doing what Kazakis did to Sean in the he might do the same thing to many of the good players. You just turn them to spectators throughout the event. Just you come on the table. And I think one thing that is peculiar in some of these events, I don't know whether they'll do the same thing in the World Championship, is that it is the man who wins that has the opportunity to break first.
That's okay. Mm-hmm.
And when you see somebody like Ekland Kasi, the way he breaks, he always will pot the number one ball. Every time he breaks, he will always pot the number one ball. And on the average, if you look at on the average, Ekland was doing between 1.2 and 1.6 in all his matches, in his breaks. And that means that at every time he breaks at least one ball. And the dream, the hope for every player is that if they can get an average of 2 or 3. So that means whenever you break, you pot 3 balls. If I pot 3 balls out of 6 balls, and I make sure I don't miss my number 9, then I stand a great chance of winning every match. But we look forward to them showcasing their skill during the World Championship. That's coming just in a fortnight. All
right. Okay, we go on a break to show you the player of the week. Not unfortunately, coincidentally, our player of this week is also the champion of the Whirlpool Masters. His name is Alex Kazakis from Greece. So enjoy the profile of our player of the week. Welcome back. That was our player of the week, Alex Kazakis of Greece. We are looking forward to see him at the Whirlpool Championship that will be coming up from the June 6th to 10th. And looking at that will be at Milton Keynes again. That's Milton Keynes. After Gibraltar, we're back at Milton Keynes, that's where the action will be. Good to see that the winner this time around will be going on with $50,000 US. Yeah, while the second, the first runner-up will be going on with $25,000 US. That's at the Whirlpool Championship. There are big names that will feature. The winner of the Whirlpool Masters, Alex Kazakis, will be there.
Akida will be there. Sean will be there. Smalley will be there. Many of the top players will be invited to come and prove their worth once again for the title, for the bragging right that they are the 20.
If you ask me, for example,
champion.
If you ask me, of course, if you ask me, what do I want? Well, the kind of the apple carts that I want to be kind of maybe upsetted. I would say maybe a woman should win this particular championship. Really,
it's a wish.
It's a wish.
It is a wish.
And you know that's a strong signal that was saying the signal.
Everybody is entitled to his wish. So let's see. Unfortunately, we have what's her name? Alice definitely. Kelly Fisher? Kelly Fisher is going to be there, invited. Janet Lee, who is down, who is not feeling too well. Let me use this opportunity to extend my greetings and my wishes to Janet Lee. Wish her a speedy recovery. You are in our prayers that you go through this very difficult time. We don't want to see you go at this particular time. So we wish you the very, very best. I want you to come back on the circuit as quickly as possible. We pray that you overcome your current medical health challenge. But we have quite a number of women who can compete.
Yeah.
But to win the title is totally a different kettle of fish.
Well, like I said, it's just a wish. Like I said, I wish someone will upset the apple cart. Maybe a woman will upset the apple cart. It's a wish. So who says it can happen? Like they said, if wishes were horses, everyone will ride one. So
even the beggars will
ride. Yes, the beggars will ride. But let's see how it goes as far as the Whirlpool Championship is concerned. We'll keep you updated on that on the show. By next subsequent program, we will have to look at the Whirlpool Championship. And Joe, quickly before we wrap things up today, because this is just like the brief menu that we have for you, is the fact that the qualifying school also will be up. The Sheffield is where it will be happening.
Yep.
And from 27th of May to the 1st of June, there will be the qualifying school 1 will be taking place from 2nd of June to the 7th of June. The qualifying school Q School 2 will take place. 8th to 13th, that's Q School 3. We'll be taking that. That is where they get their talk cards. So. Yes. Pandemic really affected it, but it's good to announce that the
Q School is going to take place in all the dates you have mentioned. It's the Q School format is peculiar to United Kingdom, where people are required to play in the qualifiers, which we call the Q School, to earn their third cards. And with that third cards, you have the opportunity to play in the various events throughout the year. But over here in Africa, especially here in Nigeria, we do not, like the Snooker and Pool Players Alliance, we will not be adopting the Q School format.
Okay, why?
One of the reasons why we want, because we want everybody to be able to, we want round the clock, if I use that word.
Okay.
We want round the clock competition. It is when we have achieved the continuous flow of round the clock. So everybody will be actually playing for a ranking.
Okay.
You won't be playing for a Q school because the population in UK and in England it's so wide, there's so many people playing. So it's easy for you to say, okay, come, let's go and play. And there's sponsorship and all of that. But for us here, we have to adapt our format to something that is workable here. So here, we are hoping that in no time, we here in Nigeria, in Africa, will be eligible to be selected, to be invited in some of these top tournaments, whether in 8-ball pool, 9-ball pool, whether it's going to be in Chinese 8-ball pool. Even we have the assurance, I can say it, you can take that to the bank. We have the assurance that the Chinese 8-ball pool masters once travel as the ease,
there's a ease of travel around and just all the bans has been lifted globally and all that.
We can assure you that we will have Nigerians, South Africans, we have quite a number of people in the Chinese pool masters event that takes place in China.
I'm looking forward to so many of these events locally first. Let's get our acts together in Nigeria, promote the game, create competitions for Nigerians too, because they are rusty right now. Pandemic also has meant the fact that the game has not really gotten the attraction that was
I think one of the things
but now I believe that
one of the things that we are working on is to look at the possibility of, after we have consolidated in the shortest possible time some of the programs we're organizing here in Nigeria, we will want to do something like an exchange where our players can travel over to South Africa to go and play in top tournaments even in South Africa. And we open our events to even South Africans.
Come on to also
come and play.
But the fact that I'm also happy that there is a possibility of having an African Open too.
Yeah, it's going to be an African Open. It's called the Joy. There's going to be an African Open and there's going to be a Continental Cup.
So definitely.
The African tournament is what is going to maybe Christine or to lead to the Continental Cup. So we're all waiting for confirmation from Joy Billiards and the ICEA, that is the regulatory body for Chinese able worldwide. Remember, just about a month or two ago, the WPA, that the World Pool and Billiards Association, recognized the ICEA
officially became
as the official regulatory body for Chinese able pool all over the world. So very soon, I can assure everyone who will be watching this program that Nigeria and Africa will be showcasing some of the best players at the Chinese Pool Masters.
All right. Okay. Just like the British are enjoying the Q Sports right now, gradually getting back to the pool tables for them. They're getting back to the tables all over, from billiard to snooker, as well as a pool. The Americans too, gradually, because things are easing. Things are easing out. It's easing up there in America. American Pool Players Association also are tinkering with their own calendar, and also it's going to be massive, because I could see some of them, I could see some of the tournaments that have been highlighted in their calendar for the remainder of the year, like 9-ball Scotch double qualifiers, 8-ball World Pool qualifiers, team captains qualifiers, 8-ball Scotch doubles qualifiers, that's 2021, 9-ball World Pool qualifiers, and the Las Vegas Trophy. Whatever happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. So I'm also looking forward to that too.
Yes, for those of us who are very, very conversant with pool, United States of America, APA is doing a big work. APA is doing a great work for pool that's the American Pool Players Association. In this, and even our ranking system is fashioned in line with what APA is offering over there in the United States of America, where you have a ranking system and you have top players invited for select tournaments. We have other tournaments, what I call graded tournaments, are graded, and people need to climb up the ladder. So that is what you are seeing now, that to usher in pool back into the system after all of this lockdown, they are giving room for some of these top players who have graced the table in the past, in 2019, and who the pandemic has prevented, to all of them come and play some of these tournaments as a welcome back. We call it that's a welcome back package. Yeah. That's a welcome back package for pool in the United States of America. Soon and very soon, maybe we will also look at Snooker Pool Players Alliance partnering with APA, either sending players to go there to go play with them, or open up our own events here. There's no small boy in this thing.
I think the Las Vegas Trophy is where my interest lies. I just want to be part of the Las Vegas that trophy. Yeah, I hope that we can bring it home if we go to Las Vegas. Anyway, that's it for today's show. Don't forget, you can join us on our YouTube channel. The Ascent Television is there. Just go like YouTube channel, like it. You click the button there, the bell button, and so that you subscribe, so that you can always be notified when there are new content on our channel. Don't forget also that you can follow us on our social media platforms as well, on Facebook, Ascent TV, on Twitter, as well as Instagram. Also, our partners, the Snooker Pool Players Alliance of Nigeria, is also a partner of this channel, and you can also follow them on their various platforms, and they will be dropping content from time to time to indicate the latest as far as what their calendar for the year is. You know, the space will soon be open and many things will be happening. We're already gone into half of the year. So the next half of the year will be very, very, it should be very interesting as well as full of activities. So and if you are a Q Sport lover or you're an active player, then you should watch out for announcements as well as information coming from the Snooker and Pool Player Alliance of Nigeria. Joe Akimidada, thank you very much for joining me again for this edition.
Jide, my pleasure as always.
This is where the cookie crumbles. I've potted my own today, my night ball today. So you can join me for another edition next time.